Hello, everybody. This is Tom from the UBR, and this is not an unbiased review. Drew, you want to introduce
Yes.
what this is? This is your gig.
All right. We have absolutely no official name. Shows how experienced I'm at doing this. But this is going to be a new version of, I guess, a UBR. It's going to be a discussion debate type piece where we discuss any kind of issues that come up with gaming or advertising, or the two come together. And we're going to see how it does. And Tom, would you like to start us off with the topic?
Yeah, we're going to call this thing Unbiased Podcasts.
All right.
Maybe.
Okay, well, we'll figure that out. It's going to be in the description, one or the other. No matter what we say now, 20 minutes from now, we're going to have another name, so...
I got it. Lucasfilm. That's definitely not taken.
Lucasfilm? I'm going to call it Drukasfilm.
Jukasfilm.
No, not Jukas. Unless we're actually doing football jukes, or we're, reading from the Quran, then I'm pretty sure we can't call it Jukasfilm. Edit that out, please edit that out. That offended...
You mean the Torah?
You know what? If I don't know... Okay, I'm sorry to anyone I just offended by that comment.
In case you don't know, we're doing this completely off script, so...
Yeah. Okay, Tom.
Public videos are very gaming related and just jabs at each other. This is going to be completely free-flowing, podcasty discussions. And for episode
Needless to say, if we don't lose all our subscribers, this video will probably offend at least half of them, so...
9 out of 11 viewers will be offended.
That is a big ratio. That is a ginormous ratio.
You didn't get the joke. Okay, so...
Oh, I hate you.
Okay, so, now that terrible jokes is out of the way, time to get serious. Our discussion is DLC. Now, Drew, I guess you can do an opening argument for what you think.
Alright, so DLC. It is hated almost universally by the gaming community. Those few who actually enjoy it are not regarded in good regard. However, my personal view is that DLC is alright to have in a game, as long as the main concept of the game or the main enjoyment factor of the game does not rely solely upon the purchasing of that extra content. Thomas?
I believe that there is a middle ground. I'm eating a donut, in case you guys can't tell. If you guys can't tell, well, fuck, I misspoke. But anyways, I believe there is a really good middle ground between having DLC and not having DLC. DLC raises a conundrum in gaming today. For example, you have excellent DLC packs, like The Ballad of Gay Tony. Have you ever heard of that?
Yes, I've heard of that one. Also, every single thing that's come to GTA Online in the past 2 years, and Wolfenstein: The Old Blood.
Some more examples of good DLC. The Batman Arkham City Dlc. I think off the top of my head, I don't feel like thinking that hard. But
Borderlands 2 DLC. All of them.
Game.
Very good. They were basically... There's one called... The best one was definitely the... I think it was... What was it? It was...
I've never played Borderlands.
Damn it, what was it? I'm jumping around in anger because I can't think of what it was. It was something with badass in it. It was like it was like a separate map. It was like separate maps and levels. It had guns. It was like all fantasy based. It was like something in badasses, and it was amazing.
Do you know what I would say is probably one more good example of good DLC?
What?
Blood Dragon.
For Skyrim? Yeah, definitely.
No, not for Skyrim.
What? Blood Dragon was for Skyrim? Wait.
Far Cry 3.
Sorry. I think there was another one for Skyrim called like Dragonborn or something.
There was Dragonborn, then there was Hearthstone, then there was...
Yeah, Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. Very good DLC there.
But anyways, every single game that we mentioned, Skyrim, all that, had very good DLC. Now, if I were to make an example of bad DLC, the first thing that comes to my mind is having to pay actual money to play Call of Duty Zombies and Advanced Warfare.
That made no sense. There was no point in them doing that.
Yeah. I think that I would find a more pleasurable experience in putting my head through my wall, and my wall is backed by cement. I would rather have to do that.
Exactly. The second that I saw, because I had friends sitting on this very couch that I'm gesturing to right now that none of you viewers can see. I had friends over, and I saw that the Exo Zombies had been released, and I tried to play it with my friends. And the second that I realized I had to pay for it, the next day I went down to GameStop and traded it in. I quit on that game. That game was ruined because of that.
Yeah. It wouldn't be the first time I've quit a Call of Duty game, but that's beside the point.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Shots fired. But
Oh.
to each his own, really. But when it comes to DLC, I'm sorry, not to each his own. My wallet and Drew's wallet, we take priority, and anybody with a brain in their head. You can go if you like things like paying for Advanced Warfare Zombies. Go sit in the corner with like prequel lovers and Star Trek fans, and the athletes.
Because honestly, you're like, hey, I love this like original Call of Duty thing that like really worked well, but I had to pay money for it. Then you can just go into a corner and cry about it because we're not going to be friends with you. Excuse us.
You can't sit at our table.
No, you can't sit. You cannot sit in the general vicinity of us because we will actually throw all the food we have on our plates at you.
What about my donut?
Oh no, dude, shove that thing in your face. Donuts are amazing.
Yeah,
but if I had to state another bad example of DLC, I would definitely say the Destiny DLC was a very bad DLC.
I didn't even buy it.
No one bought it. But from what I'm seeing, it was like, the game's now fun. It's like the best DLC ever. I'm like, dudes, how thick-headed do you have to be to see that you are paying for the game to be fun without the original cost?
Yeah, I'm going to pull up our original Destiny review and see. There was a quote, I can't remember what I said, but it summed up my feeling about DLC in that game as a whole. So Drew, give more arguments about Destiny while I look for this part in the video.
Okay, Destiny, well, this should turn into a Destiny review, but my personal take on Destiny was that it was a good concept of a game. However, it reminded me a lot of GTA Online. But the difference between GTA Online and Destiny, well, they were both focused on grinding until you didn't have anything else to like really accomplish. But the problem is that with GTA grinding, if you have good friends, what you do in GTA will never be the same experience. Destiny, if you have friends, if you're not doing PvP, it's always the same experience with the grinding missions over and over and over again. And with the Darkness DLC, that simply they say that the diversity of the missions and the overall leveling up and the grinding was diversified, so that was more fun for the players. The problem is that you paid for the game, and you're getting that as another payment. So you're basically saying, I bought this game when it wasn't fun, and they're now telling me I have to pay to make it fun.
Okay, here we go. I found what I'm looking for. So pretty much in the middle of Destiny, this sums up my feelings about Destiny DLC. Hell no. But is it as bad as Pokemon X and Y? Hell no. So what am I getting at? Here we go. It's too bland. Plus two, jumping back to narrative, I was thinking on the character customizer screen. Holy crap, I mean there are three races, Awoken, Exo, and Human. I played as an Awoken male with piercing neon green eyes. But here's the thing, right? How the hell are they on Earth? The ghost that revives you claims that I was dead a long time, and he frequently refers to Earth as my home. How did I get here? Once again, it's probably going to be explained in expansion pack 326. By the way, did I mention that Activision actually has 10 years of this crap planned? I tell you, money-hungry morons. They're going to learn a thing or two from Rockstar Games. Sure, GTA Online isn't exactly great, but giving free content and 1 mega paid DLC, that 10 years of crap at an average of $30 a piece. Boom.
Yeah, that sums it up completely.
I mean, I think that pretty much swung the gavel down.
Yeah, basically. Because Destiny basically was the first line that Ghost Robot tells you, like one of the first, is, well, you must have many questions. And yeah, I had a lot of questions, and none of those questions were answered. But in the new DLC, apparently they are. But I don't really care to find out because I stopped playing that game. But back to DLC and away from Destiny.
Okay, so back on the argument of DLC. I'm going to take a stance and say that in the end, DLC is ultimately not good. However, there are examples where DLC can come in handy. I'm going to sound like Jim Sterling from the Jimquisition for a minute. I remember back in the days when back when I was a young lad, when I would buy a game and play the entire thing, and not have to worry about microtransactions or payments. Take, for example, the original Star Wars Battlefront or the GTA games. Well, I wasn't exactly playing those as a little kid, but I'm trying to think of more relevant and culturally iconic examples. So, nowadays, I boot up Batman Arkham Knight all of a week ago, and I open onto the main menu screen, and half of the options on the main menu are advertising their social network of WB Play, their Season Pass, individual DLC, bonus skins. 4 out of the maybe 10 things on that entire spot were devoted towards that one aspect. That is a problem. However, the flip side to that is that Batman Arkham City's DLC was very high quality DLC. For example, a new character wasn't just a reskin of Batman, he was his own character. Have you ever played Arkham City, Drew?
I have played Arkham City, true and true, 100% completed. However, I did not play the DLC. Could you please remind me of the Arkham City DLC?
Okay, the Arkham City DLC, if I remember, was sold at $5 a pop with the exception of Catwoman, which until the Game of the Year edition was only available to the new copies. Arkham is my favorite series, period. That's why I'm putting a lot of thought and time into how I feel about Arkham Knight, but that's off topic.
We can also talk about that for like hours because I love the Batman games.
I love it, but there are some nitpicks I have, and I need to figure.
I hate Catwoman I hate Catwoman, but other than that, it's amazing.
You shut up. In Arkham City, let's take Catwoman.
Love you too, Tom.
While we're on the topic of Catwoman, we might as well bring her up because in Arkham City, she had her own detective vision. It didn't work quite the same. She had her own floor grates and ceiling panels that she could climb. She had a whip that functioned differently compared to a batarang. And she had caltrops to trip enemies when they walk by. She couldn't do inverted takedowns. There was no gliding. She had her own animations. She did her own thing. She had less health. And she was faster. Things like this that made her own character. And they are literally their own different characters. They're not like gimmicks. Robin and Nightwing were similar to Batman, but they had their own identities. Robin couldn't glide quite the same way. Nightwing was faster, relied on diving and pouncing rather than gliding. He also had his entire kit revolved around his Screama sticks. So, like, yes, it was DLC, and yes, it was arguably kind of pricey for each character, but each character that you got was fully integrated into the challenge maps as a first off, and there were tons of them in Arkham City, not including DLC, which made it even more tons. And
yeah.
It was DLC done right, and
it's very true. It gave every single except for Catwoman's like personality. I didn't like her but I must have misspoken. I don't like Catwoman as a like character, but I loved her overall like moveset and how she operated because it made you have to learn how she operated. It wasn't like no. Well, yeah,
I'm
like in our
pissed about the way they handled those characters in Arkham Knight. To be quite honest.
The main problem I have with Azrael is that when he uses his like batarang throw, like a quote unquote batarang throw, he's using throwing knives, and I'm like, Azrael, you can kill people. Why aren't these guys dead? You're throwing knives into their throats, honestly.
Well,
but that's beside the point.
Throws sharp bat-shaped knives into people's throats.
Well, yeah, but Batman's Batman. Azrael actually kills people. That's not the point I'm trying to make here. The point I'm trying to make here is that when you play as Azrael, it's the same moveset. Nothing changes. Nothing's different. When you play as Catwoman or Robin or Nightwing in Arkham City, they were each individual people that you had to learn and you had to experience and you had to like understand how they operated, which is good.
Arkham, here's what you're trying to make, but I'll do it to a more clear parallel that makes more sense to somebody who knows what we're talking about. It's not a shot at you. It's just there's a better way to express this.
Yes, you really must know me to really understand how I refer to things.
Like, know the Arkham games.
Also true.
So, like, you guys remember the mixed reception game that was Arkham Origins. I liked it. It had my favorite story until Arkham Knight came out. However, it had something that pissed me off with its DLC. Okay, first off, Bruce Wayne was made a playable character. I know this sounds like an oxymoron, but Bruce Wayne in a ninja suit was made as a playable character. And his DLC was marketed, I think it was like $20. But anyways, when you get Bruce Wayne, he is literally a reskin of Nightwing. You just replace the Screama sticks It's like they took Catwoman and Nightwing, stuck them in a blender, and gave Batman a grapple gun. That's what they did.
That sounds very violent for what you just described. But yeah, I can understand what you're saying there, where it, like, reskinning is not the same as different character.
That's not even the worst part. Get to Deathstroke, the DLC that everybody was looking forward to with Arkham Origins. He is literally a reskin of Robin. He doesn't use guns. He doesn't use swords. He uses his bow staff, which can turn into a bullet shield just like Robin. He has night vision just like Robin. He does all these things just like Robin. He's a literal reskin. Like, that's the only blanket way to put it.
Which is weird because Deathstroke is a mercenary whose most commonly used weapon is an assault rifle and pistols and swords. So I would have expected a little bit of death and maiming from his character, not just, like, beating people up with a bow staff.
Well, I could rant all day on how much I hated how Deathstroke was just used for marketing purposes and was a throwaway character. And yes, I'm eating a donut.
Right.
Deathstroke only had literally, if you're pushing it, 15 minutes of screen time in the entire 8-hour campaign.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of other good DLCs that came out. Oh, a perfect example, segueing from the fact that new characters are new. Do you know how much Mortal Kombat X characters, like Jason Voorhees...
Dude, they're like $5 a pop.
That is a very good deal, in my mind.
No, I'm sorry. The reason that they were a good idea in Arkham City, each character came with his own challenges, each character came with his own 3 Riddler question mark. You know what I mean. The 3
yeah. I know what you mean.
They all felt unique. With Mortal Kombat, they just have combos, which they're just used for fighting. This might sound really general, but hopefully you understand what I'm trying to say.
Oh, yeah, I do.
They're just combos. Like, you literally had to play differently when you got the Nightwing DLC or the Catwoman DLC, most of all. You didn't play differently when you get Jason Voorhees or Goro. You just learn different combos, and that's all for $5?
That's true. But again, I'm a big believer in couch gaming. Like, I don't mind online gaming, but if I had the choice of couch gaming or online play, I definitely choose couch gaming. And so for $5, for like me and my friends to like sit down and play like character against character and like experience different movesets and have a good time, like I think it's pretty okay. But again, different opinions here, so it's all fun.
Yeah.
It's all fun.
Then again, he might disagree with me if he had gotten the Arkham City DLC. Most people don't. Most people absolutely love the Arkham City DLC, but it comes down to opinion in the end. But
also true. Like, I believe the entire reason Catwoman sold, not for her moveset, but this is like why she told, was titties. And that was like how she sold most of her DLC. But
not gonna lie.
No, I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm just saying that's how she was marketed, and that's mainly why people bought her.
Anita, you want to target someone? Target us. We just said we liked her boobs. Do you think Anita's gonna come after us, Drew? You know Anita, right? See, this is what happens when we do stuff like that. Now, anyways, segueing into our next point. This is where I'm going to make my argument.
I was on mute that entire time. I apologize.
Oh, God. I thought that you were, like, offended.
No, I thought Amita. I thought you said Amita from Far Cry 4, and I was like, oh my God, she's going to turn me into a drug psychopath.
No, Sarkeesian, the one that nobody likes.
Well, yeah, that's true. But I had absolutely no idea. So Amita, wait, we can edit that whole part of you talking out. But, like, wait. So what? Who's Amita? Who's Anita? I don't know
Anita
what you're talking
Sarkeesian is this whack job that goes around. And for some reason, people listen to her. And she claims that women are objectified in games, which is an arguable thing. However, at E3 this year, for example, you know what? Better yet, I'll make a better example. She claims to be a real gamer, right? At E3 this year, she said that Doom had too much blood and was inappropriate, which is that's a stupid statement.
Has she ever seen Dead Rising 3?
No. It's the fact that Doom is, like, the bloodiest game ever.
Now, I just want to put that out there. I believe in equality of people. I don't offend anybody. But now I can understand how the objectification of... I don't know. If equality offends you...
Well, the thing is, look...
Fucking leave.
Exactly. First off, you're not being forced to play this. It's not like you're being forced to walk on a separate side of the street as someone, or we're catcalling you or anything like that. In fact, you could argue me that I'm not for Anita's vision of feminism because she goes for superiority of one. I'm more so.
Oh yes, oh of course. I believe in yes, Tom. You just said one of my key worldviews that if feminism was portrayed as what it actually is and not what the media says it is, a hell of a lot more people would say they're feminist.
Yeah.
Honestly.
That's why I say there are crazy people that we know who go over the top.
Yeah. But again, Anita Sarkeesian, she has a good point in saying that women are objectified in games. I can understand that. Catwoman is the main thing I could say for that. Because, again, she was sold because of her boobs. And everything else she does in that game.
But then here's the alternative. The Arkham City Armored Edition port. Wow, we're segueing a lot. I hope you guys are chill with this. This is cool. This is cool. We're segueing from DLC to sexism and media back to DLC. This could actually be a pretty good thing that we're starting.
Yeah.
But anyways, when Catwoman was released, both in Arkham Knight and in Arkham City Armored Edition, she didn't have her massive juggies exposed. Her cleavage was covered up, and the thing with all of them is that she's independent, she's characterized as her own person, she has a personality, she's not some stereotype of what a woman should be.
Yeah.
She was portrayed very accurately to how she should be portrayed. Fuck comics.
They did the same. Yeah, they did the same thing in BioShock Infinite, because if you remember the original trailer for that game, damn, what's her name? The main character, it's Booker DeWitt and what's her face? Crap, what's the girl's name?
No idea.
I'm gonna Google this. You can edit this out, but I'm actually Googling this.
Oh god. Yo,
Girl.
While he Googles that, I want to tell you guys something about feminism in media that I feel very strongly about. First off is one. There is a horrific double standard that exists in today's video gaming industry. For example, in the game Heavy Rain, a game that I absolutely love, and sadly I cannot play anymore since my PlayStation 3 broke. It burnt out because I had it for like 9 years.
Moment of silence for the lost PS3.
Indeed. However, Heavy Rain had two nudity scenes. One of them was a guy taking a shower, and another one was a girl taking a shower. Now, when certain people heard about this, they got outraged over the girl taking a shower, completely naked. However, they didn't get outraged over the guy taking a shower, completely naked. There's a double standard that exists. And then, second off, if we're even not bringing up double standards and unfairness, who is the common demographic in a Batman game?
Probably dudes.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Who is the common demographic in 50 Shades of Grey? Let's go for that.
Housewives,
Exactly.
mainly.
Everything is marketed to a demographic. Or, for example, you'll have... Okay, The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, back when we were young. That show was...
the good old days.
Back when Disney wasn't terrible.
Yes.
Before they pretty much owned the world. Back in those days, that show portrayed kids as swag, adults as stupid. It had kids with long, matty hair, because that's what the demographic was.
Yeah, because they were sticking it to the man. They were going against the system.
Oh, don't, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Go smoke weed under
it's a satire, my good sir. If you do not understand my intellectual capacity, but yes, of course, it's a satire. So, all right, no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it was massively portrayed as stereotypical, as kids as rebellious and adults as like oppressive.
Then if I were to make an immediate comparison, Mortal Kombat 9. Drew, have you played that game?
MK9, the women are like dressed with basically floss. And maybe shoelaces.
When Ed Boon, the creator of Mortal Kombat, was supervising the creation, and the character model designers were talking with Ed Boon, the character model designers probably said to Ed Boon, "So do you want some clothing with these boobs, or how do you want them done?"
Do you want some clothing with these? I always just imagine like the female Goro, whatever her name was, which is like 2 sets of boobs, just like one on her stomach and like one actually on her chest.
Oh.
It's Mortal Kombat. It's Mortal Kombat standards, dude. Anything can happen. Don't judge me.
I would rather have a dog fart in my mouth than have that image again.
Wow, that's extreme.
So, back to the whole double standard. First off, I mean, honestly, I believe that it doesn't matter, and keep political correctness out of video games, because video games, their entire purpose is to make you escape from this world and envelop you in a fantasy.
Yeah, GTA 5 was just one gigantic satire on, like, modern-day California.
Yeah, you have games like that, and then you have Skyrim, where it's, I mean, fuck PC-ness, like, Jesus, in Elder Scrolls Online, the Aldmeri Dominion are like the Nazis of Tamriel. But
Yeah.
you don't see anybody getting up in arms about that. The reason that I disagree with political correctness in video games is because be offended all day. I could give two shits. I'm going to keep eating my donut. However,
It's very true.
but,
Tom UBR 2015.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. I'm going to keep eating my donut. Quote of the year.
Very true.
But if there's anything I could argue is that, like I said, this is how you escape the real world. That's how you get away from all these things. Yes, you can have PC games, and if you want to make a PC game, go out there and make a PC game. Politically correct, that is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but don't pressure other developers who have a fan base for being that fantasy. Like, who gives a shit if Doom has a lot of blood? Who gives
Yeah,
a
like, I can't see, as long as someone is like sane of mind without negative like sane, literally sane, it doesn't matter. It's not going to affect people. Because GTA 5, and this is going back to another argument against women, GTA 5 doesn't cause violence against women. If anything, it causes violence against anybody, honestly.
honestly,
Not only
if we could... Oh, Jesus. Now I want to go from that into controversy, and I know that I'm going to have to cut it off at some point. We'll try to keep it into feminism and DLC, because controversy is another thing.
Yeah, we can go into that later.
Yeah, put that in next video. But the big thing to take... Okay, we're going to swing the gavel down on feminism, and then get back... Not feminism. The political correctness in video games. And then
Equality for all people, and it doesn't need to be correct. It's just there to entertain our faces.
Yeah, like, who cares? Like, honestly... If you think that Doom or sexualization in GTA 5 is bad, I shit you not. The Japanese, as shocking as this is, have made a rape simulator for VR.
That is super creepy.
Go criticize that one.
Because I'm at a loss for words.
I want you to react to that. I sent you the Wikipedia link.
Oh my good criminy.
Click on that.
But it's like, if you're gonna criticize anything, that is literally sexual assault. There's no rhyme or reason as to why it's there. It's there for your enjoyment. Go criticize that. GTA is violence against women. It's violence against everybody. Go and criticize that. That's violence against women.
Yeah, you guys should Google that title and then just
don't Google that title. I'm the angel on your shoulder.
Track down the creator and spam his Twitter.
Anita Karsesian, I don't know how to say your name. We're calling on you. You do that.
You go do that and make us proud, Anita.
Make us proud.
Fight the... Even though there are paddles in that creepy game.
Okay, we're... Shut. DLC, okay.
Wait. So to conclude political correctness, I think that we're both in agreement that it should be left out of games. Yes?
Yeah. There's no need to make... Because... We don't play games to see political debates or actual, like, anything correct in real life. We don't. That's just called living life. So...
Sucks.
People... And now we all escape into our little thought bubbles. But honestly, yeah, leave political correctness out of games and make people equal. That's literally all I need to say.
That was me, swinging my fist into my palm, trying to emulate a gavel.
Yes. Sounded like you just smacked your mom or something.
Well, normally I have editing software.
Equality for everybody. Son, why would you do that?
Stop asking questions and make me dinner.
Oh my god. Do I need to go back to feminism again?
Okay. All terrible joking aside, DLC, even though we went on like a 20-minute rant.
Yeah, we've been doing this for 42 minutes. I'm pretty sure only 5 have been devoted to DLC.
So enough of listing examples of good and bad DLC. The argument now is what makes good DLC, when is it acceptable, and I mean, just generally that. I believe that most of the time DLC is not a good thing. For example, take a look at the Batman Arkham Knight Season Pass. It is $40 fucking dollars. I could not make that up.
I'm pretty sure I could buy all the DLC for cheaper than that.
No, you can't.
Really?
Yeah. Now, I looked into it, and it said you get, after the timed GameStop pre-order exclusives, they time out, you get the Harley Quinn DLC and the Red Hood DLC. Now, in previous Arkham games, this DLC meant that the character was usable in challenge maps. Ooh, am I mistaken? The challenge map pack, Harley Quinn's Revenge, was 2 hours. It was $10 for a 2-hour epilogue to Arkham City, and it was pretty
that was a good DLC.
You played it?
Yeah.
Cool. But then you go on, and you play the Arkham Knight DLC.
And I'm pretty sure the Red Hood's 10 minutes long, honestly.
It is literally 10 minutes long. And then the Harley Quinn DLC is 12 minutes long, without speed running it.
Yeah, they kind of shit their pants there. They just needed to get DLC into the game somehow. Because who wouldn't want to play as Jason Todd, the Red Hood, with guns, with explosions in challenge maps? That'd be the most fun thing in the world.
Whoever's idea that was to cut choosing your own character out before a challenge map, we need to lock them up in the basement with prequel lovers and mathletes.
Yeah, I don't think the second time you take a shot at both prequel levels and mathletes. But I think that because Red Hood's an amazing character who has a great story arc in the comics,
Yeah,
and I believe that they could have either done so much more with his story instead of making it 10 minutes long, or they could have made it an awesome challenge map and an awesome character. But they didn't do either of those things. So
yeah. So I guess that we can come to a conclusion that, and stop me if you don't agree before I swing my fist into my palm again and you think...
Before you punch your mom again.
I'm going to say that what I think that we've reached a conclusion of is that DLC is good. Only if, and I do mean only if, first off, the content is more than 10 minutes. That's first.
Okay, that's true, yeah.
Second off, I believe that DLC, and what you said, you should still be able to enjoy the game without the DLC.
Oh, yes, of course.
Arkham Knight is a prime example.
Yeah, DLC, the way for DLC to be good is it has to be unnecessary to the game, but 100% enjoyable for more than a couple minutes.
It's a hard balance to reach, really.
It really is. Like when you look at Wolfenstein: The Old Blood or Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, those two things took the mechanics of the game, not necessary to the game to make it fun, but they took the mechanics and they put it in a new environment and added in some new mechanics to make it even more enjoyable and made it well. But those original games aren't bad games without them.
Yeah. Another type of DLC that I like, but that's just because I have a really weird sense of humor, is, and this is going to be really random, but this is the only Call of Duty DLC that I would ever buy. For Advanced Warfare, there is an add-on where you can have Snoop Dogg congratulate you and trash talk the enemy team for every kill you get.
I mean, that's just stupid, but it's stupid.
That.
It's stupid fun, so it's okay.
Kill streak, bitch. So, I mean, there are things like that are good, but then you have the paying for zombies, or better yet, all free-to-play games that have pay-to-win mechanics.
Oh my glurb.
So,
oh my glurb. Don't get me started on free-to-play mechanics.
I think that our best conclusion we can reach here is that there is no definite. It's a gray zone, really.
Oh, no, wait, hold on. My microphone just got pulled out. Wait. Edit that out. I'm back.
We're not editing that out.
Oh, no. Oh, God, I'm so sorry.
Now the world will see me for what I am.
So...
Okay, that I am still not editing out, but you're not making any noise.
Dang it.
Alright.
Back?
Yeah, you're good now. So, closing thoughts are pretty much that. There's a gray zone, and I think the ultimate conclusion, that you worded it perfectly, and I worded it perfectly in that After Munch and Destiny bit, was it needs to be able to be fun without detracting from the actual game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also an appropriate price, obviously.
Oh yeah, of course. $20 for Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, absolutely. $15 for the Old Blood, absolutely. $5 for Mortal Kombat character, kind of on the gray line there.
Yeah, and like what is it, like $15 for Advanced Warfare Zombies?
Yeah, $15 for that. $20 for Destiny to make it fun. I shouldn't have to pay for that. So yeah.
Well, I think we pretty much
hit the nail on the head here. He's punching his mom. Stop it! Stop it! She already made you dinner.
I want more donuts.
Yeah. So we're about ready to wrap it up.
This was damn. There's the guy who I have to run our videos past called Colin. He's always the kind of guy who can come up with a cool name.
Okay, got it. We shall I'll be ending this off with unbiased commentary. Mind if I do the outro?
Real quick, I got an idea.
Okay, what's your idea?
The UBPodcast.
The UBPodcast. Okay. Mind if I do the outro now?
Go for it.
Okay, everybody, this has been the UBPodcast, and as always, I must state that this conversation was not meant to offend or promote any one set of people, just to state our personal opinions, except for the equality part. Respect women. But other than that, we wish not to offend any demographic. We only wish to have our unbiased opinions stated. I am Drew, and...
Well, I'm Tom from the UBR.
And we shall see you guys, or you shall hear us, in the next podcast.
And you should check out our actual reviews, which is the primary thing of the channel. It's just that I don't put them out that frequently because they take a very long time to make.
Yep.
So,
like, comment, subscribe, everybody, and we'll see you in the next video.